worked it well. Malouda for Anelka to try his luck, blocked by Ricardo Rocha this time. Little moments like that, the blocks from McQuainer, the chance for Piquion, just feed the thought that it might just be their day.
Well, look at the effect it's had on him. It gives you a lift. I mean, all of a sudden now the ball has been pinged into feet and they're retaining it.
Piquion, O Hara, Piquion has gone on here. And that's a disappointing cross after an excellent move, and O Hara is suddenly involved in the game.
I mean, Boateng hits it ever so well, and I don't think it might have been going in, but the touch there, I mean, it's just too strong from him, and it's gone back towards the keeper. A lesser touch, and I'm sure it finds the far corner.
It's just got to hit him on the shin.
Anywhere else, yeah.
I mean, it was an instinctive save by Cech. It was a good save, but in effect, the ball bounced straight to him, and he just threw up a hand and knocked it away. And the chance had come and gone before Piquion realised it. Well, Portsmouth are transformed just by that one moment. Dindan. Finnan. Here's Piquion. Now Brown. Mullins venturing forward. Here's Boateng again. He's got there ahead of Alex. Can't quite keep it in.
Yeah, it was difficult for Mullins because Brown sold him a little short with the pass.
You know, there was even some speculation about his future after the Champions League exit in mid-March, mid-May, and he's on the verge of something that Jose Mourinho couldn't even give Roman Abramovich. Joining the modern double-winning managers Bill Nicholson, Bertie Mee, Kenny Dalglish, Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. Will Carlo Ancelotti add his name to that list? Chelsea throw.
I guess you can understand as well why Portsmouth were probably a wee bit tentative. 8-0 for Chelsea against Wigan last week. Just see what Chelsea are going to bring to them. Now they've had that chance, just a little more confidence is there.
Ashley Cole has got behind McQuainer. Great chance. Oh, Kalu's hit the crossbar somehow, and David James has grabbed it. Is that the biggest sitter ever missed in an FA Cup final? Salomon Kalou, goal gaping, hits the crossbar.
I can't remember anything that beats that, I'll tell you. That is unbelievable.
Well, if you're old enough, Gordon Smith for Brighton maybe, but what a chance.
Just look at the Chelsea fullbacks as well, where they are. They're on the edge of the final third. Ivanovic on the right and Cole on the left. I mean, Ashley Cole was outstanding with Malouda, wasn't he, on the left-hand side against Everton last year. And I'll tell you what, Cole's reaction wasn't too clever towards Kalou either. He was totally irate.
Fair challenge by Malouda. Terry. Kalou. Lampard. It's Drogba. Doesn't get hold of it. Well, I remember Salomon Kalou missing a similar kind of opening, quality of opening in a Champions League game that we covered earlier in the season at Stamford Bridge, and he finished up the goal hero that particular evening, but got to score. Got to score.
Well, he's just got the underside of the ball, it's as simple as that. You know, he gets over it, he scores the goal, gets underneath it, and that's just an absolute shocker.
Well, Ashley Cole is asking the same question that every Chelsea fan is: how? How have you missed?
He shinned it.
Well, it's 0-0, but goodness knows how, Jim.
Yeah, unbelievable. Well, we saw Piquion at one end and now Kalou at the other. Of course, Chelsea with many more efforts on goal than their opposition so far, and I think he'll be a little unhappy with things as well, seeing that go astray. Ancelotti.
Did foul Drogba.
Yeah, he's used to the arms. He's just had a little pull on him.
Hands, arms, thigh. Manhandled him. Florent Malouda towards the head of Terry. Off the woodwork again. Lampard and Terry now have struck the frame of the goal. Kalou, indeed himself, has 3 times Chelsea have hit the woodwork. John Terry the latest.
Clive, I remember saying something similar when we did the Tottenham semi-final. Could this be Portsmouth's day? Great ball in from Malouda, wonderful lead from Terry, and he heads it away from the goalkeeper as well. Very unlucky to see that strike wood again.
Rocha, O Hara, Diop. And never mind the state of the Wembley pitch, what about the state of that Wembley goal? It's been battered and bruised in these opening 30 minutes. It's Chelsea's, it's Portsmouth's best defender at the moment, that goal frame. Malouda. Nothing wrong with Diop's challenge that time. Portsmouth get the throw in.
Can't keep riding your luck like that though, Clive. Standing off, letting Chelsea shoot, letting him get in behind as Ashley Cole did for Kalou, and then Terry unchallenged with the header. What, is he keeping note? Is that the chances he's writing down then?
Might need a bigger book. Boateng. He's asked a lot of Mullins. Kalou trusting his skill and losing it. A little bit lucky to get the throw in. Ashley Cole. Didier Drogba. Now Nicola Anelka. Again trying his luck from range, and this time deflected off McQueen and behind for a corner.
Well, again, I think David James is suggesting the gap could have been closed down a little bit. There's far too much room for him, and yes, it's come off McQueen and gone for the corner, but the keeper was static.
Missing the presence of the injured Mark Wilson and Hassan Yebda in that area. Malouda with the corner. That is by Piquillon. Ballack. Free kick has been given against Michael Ballack. Just caught Din down in the face. A little bit of afters. Ballack getting a ticking off from Kevin Prince Boateng, and now his friends are joining in too. Been a sort of Dunkirk spirit fostered by Avram Grant. They're all in this together.
Yeah, and so they should be, because you know it's the spirit that's got them through this competition to this stage. I mean, there's just a little bit of use of the hands then, and they get the free kick. Portsmouth. Now Michael Brown just kind of made his way into it, and he and Ballack ended up having words together. And then I don't know why he raised his hand to Boateng. It doesn't need to go there.
No cards. Portsmouth front. Boateng.
Well, I think you're right, Clive. I mean, you mentioned Mark Wilson before. I mean, he played very much the anchor role in the semi-final, deep in midfield. And then you had the likes of Michael Brown and Yebda kind of busy just operating around him. And I think the fact that O Hara's a little more advanced, I think it's taken away from that. There's another one from Boateng's just leaned into Ivanovic to get the free kick.
Chelsea have had their bad days at the office this season, even against one or two of the Premier League strugglers. Defeat at Wigan, draw at Hull, late winner at Burnley. They needed a late penalty to beat Portsmouth at Stamford Bridge just before Christmas, but then nobody scored nearly as many late Premier League goals than Chelsea. They do generally find a way, and they've tried to keep their heads and take their time to open Portsmouth up. And here's Piquion breaking in behind them, and it has Dindan in support. It's Frederick Piquion. Aruna Dindan mishit it completely as Cole slid in. Alex cleared, but it was another chance for Portsmouth. Here's O Hara.
That's a really good chance too, you know, he's just mishit it. And it was Ashley Cole who was just loitering behind his teammates, and he kept him onside.
Caught by Boateng after the ball had gone, and Balak's in some discomfort here, and Boateng's going to have the discomfort of playing the rest of the game with a yellow card to his name. But Portsmouth are certainly making Chelsea think by foul means or fair they're staying in this game, and that patience we've talked about from Chelsea is now being tried.
He was late, you know, he always likely to get a yellow card like that. I'm not sure the malice was in it, Clive, but it was mistimed. He was very slow in getting there. The ball had been poked away by Balak.
He did steam in a bit, I think we'll see.
Yeah, and it's a nasty one too, you know, he's just caught him ankle, lower shin area, and he's caught him with the studs. That is nasty.
Balak hasn't got up yet. Well, every time an England player sneezes at the moment, we all say a national prayer, and a German nation may just be joining in unison to offer one at the moment, because that's their World Cup captain who's lying on the Wembley turf. Giuliano Belletti would be the obvious replacement for him here. But Michael Ballack, who has generally been a substitute for Chelsea at Wembley during his time with the club, is in trouble. This was a second good chance for Portsmouth before, Jim.
Yeah, it's on his left leg in the end, Dindan, and he just doesn't hit it well. But look how deep Ashley Cole is, and he's the one that caused it. You know, if he's in line with his teammates, I think they prevent that. Piquion does well, just feeds a simple little ball. Yes, he does have to backpedal a little bit, and Ashley Cole is trying to close him down, but it's just a complete and utter miskick from Dindan.
His movement was good, but his shot wasn't. I think he kicked it from one foot onto the other. Well, Ballack gingerly was back on his feet.
If it's impact, I think he's got every chance of carrying on. If he's just turned it over a little bit in the challenge, he might have a problem. Might have to, you know.
It's a savage challenge. Well, he's wincing as he walks off, but he looks to me as if he may just return. Well, I think Didier Drogba has finally got to the front of the queue for a free kick. It's Drogba! David James knocked it against the bar, and he bounced down. They all looked to the linesman.
That was in.
They all looked to the linesman, but he says nothing.
David James is getting on with it. I mean, it looked into me straight away. Is it? Yes, it is. Is it just?
And it's only a corner. Malouda. And how long did it take us, television, the dreaded television, to prove that was a goal? 15 seconds.
I mean, what a hit this is. You know, is it in? I think so. He does get a touch on it, David James. Oh, inconclusive. Maybe not the hold of the ball over the hold, and maybe I jumped the gun a little bit.
Or maybe it's taken us 30 seconds to prove it might not have been a goal. But either way, why on earth do we not use the technology? It was a fantastic save by James to knock the ball onto the crossbar. Lampard. Here's Cole.
Just remembering, Clive, as well, last year against Everton, Malouda scored, didn't he, from range? And then that wasn't given, and that was over the line. I couldn't tell last year, just looking at it first off, on this occasion, I honestly thought it had gone over. But you know, it turns into just an outstanding save from David James. That was a vital touch he got in it.
And the fourth time Chelsea have hit the woodwork. But your first instincts were the ball had bounced down over the line, and that would still be my instincts in the replay. But I repeat, even if we show the replay to a fourth official and he finds that it's inconclusive, okay, we can carry on. But why on earth, when the technology is there on something as basic as did the ball cross the line, will FIFA refuse to look at that evidence? Not FA Cup final.
Yeah, not a new experience to Portsmouth either. The quarter-final against Birmingham, of course, as well, which was highlighted again before kick-off. I agree. I think on whether the ball was over the line or not, I think it should be reduced. And leave it there. Leave the technology there.
Yeah. Alex. Malouda. Anelka. Well, Chelsea are pressed and pressed. Portsmouth have had a couple of real sights of their goal. Chelsea certainly could mount a very strong argument for deserving to be in front, but they're not yet. Ivanovic, Anelka. Drogba waits at the far post. Didier Drogba, did that hit the post again? James came out at his feet, it did, I think.
Well, what is going on between McQuaid and Steve Finnan here? Between them, they just get it hopelessly wrong and allow Drogba to get in. And yeah, it does hit the post again. It's just gone through the little hole as David James goes down to try and smother it. Gets a little bit of looking coming off Finnan. Is that 5 now? 5 times.
I think Chelsea might be out just measuring the dimensions of those goals at half-time. Didier Drogba saying, between you, post, and as for you, crossbar. 0-0. Well, it was the opposite end from Jeff Hurst and that Russian linesman. As Peter Turf called it that, it's still pretty much the same place as the old stadium was. It's down at Petr Cech's end that the most famous goal scored at Wembley was ever scored. Offside?
For all that though, Clive, for all the chances Chelsea have had and all the pressure David James has been under, Kalou will be feeling worst of all out there, I'll tell you. Ballack's struggling, by the way. He really is limping heavily now.
And even though half-time is imminent, Giuliano Belletti is stripped off and ready to come on. Here's Terry. Cole did well to get a foot to that, couldn't quite control it, was overhit from his skipper. Frederic Piquillon. Well, not much joy for Michael Ballack at Wembley, but I wonder what the greater repercussions are for his World Cup chances. Missed a World Cup final through suspension, let's not forget. Surely he's not going to miss some finals now through an injury picked up in the English Cup final.
Well, I just hope it's not ligament damage, Clive. Hopefully it is an impact thing, and you know, it'll be a week, maybe 10 days, 2 weeks max.
This is probably Giuliano Belletti's Chelsea farewell. He played the last half hour last weekend at Stamford Bridge. Feeling is that the Brazilian international will seek pastures new after this season, but now he's on, hoping to add an FA Cup winners' medal to his World Cup and Champions League winners' medal collection. Flora Malouda. Frank Lampard. Here's Branislav Ivanovic. And now Kalou. And Ivanovic has gone on and he's onside, headed away by Mokoena. Kalou had a swing in it. Ivanovic was behind the line, ball's out, goal kick. And no wonder he's smiling. He's got the fates on his side today, David James. Some wonderful defending.
He does really well, doesn't he, Ivanovic? I think he and Cole are a threat from the wider positions. He does all he can because James forced him to get it in. When it comes to Kalou, well, it's very awkward and he has to go at it spectacularly and can't control it.
The only survivor in today's lineup from the team that started the final 2 years ago, his 4th FA Cup final, David James. And you get a real sense of him enjoying it, and no wonder, because he's still got a clean sheet to his name, and Chelsea have hit his woodwork 5 times.
I think Avram Grant will be delighted to get them in though, because the compactness we saw from Portsmouth in the semi-final has not been there. Chelsea are finding a way through much more than Spurs were. Here they go again.
Malouda. Cole. Anelka.
That was some block again. That was some block from Mokoena. We saw a couple from Drogba earlier in the match, and he's done it again. He's just thrown himself at this because this is headed far corner. Trying to help things again.
Well, they scored 8 last weekend, 7 a fortnight before that. 13 times this season they've scored 4 or more goals in a game, Chelsea. Only Birmingham City and Inter Milan have stopped them scoring. Can Portsmouth possibly continue to keep them at bay? Because Chelsea could have had 4 or 5 already. Aidan Mullins.
It's something for Avram Grant to cling to at half-time in the dressing room, the fact that things are on their side. They've had huge breaks. I mean, just look at that look. I think he's thinking, dear oh dear, how are we still 0-0? Almost hiding behind his hand.
Belletti. Ivanovic. Headers by Finnan, volleys by Ashley Cole, and that's wide. Doesn't even hit the post. Five times they've hit the frame of David James's goal.
Well, this is very unlucky, isn't it? The Lampard one just swerved the wrong way. Cole, brilliant. Kalou, shocking. John Terry, wonderful lead, great direction. Very unfortunate not to see it drop in. And then great save in the end from David James. Not quite over the line from Drogba. And then Drogba again with the little poke. Incredible.
Don't think it did cross the line, did it?
I don't think it did. I must admit that. I think I gave it away, didn't I? As soon as it happened, I thought it's in. It's over, but not quite. And well done, because I was waiting for the flag to go up, but the assistant, spot on.
Goes by the name of Sean Proctor-Green, the man who got it right. Chelsea very nearly got it right, time and time again. He got it horribly wrong. Time and time again, they threatened to score. Denied by Aaron Mokoena, by David James and by his goal frame. But Portsmouth have had a couple of sights at goal too. It's been as absorbing a goalless half as you would ever hope to see. But at half-time in the FA Cup final, sponsored by E.ON, it's Chelsea 0, Portsmouth 0.
Well, the pitch may be patchy, but from a Portsmouth point of view, the goalposts are in excellent shape at the new Wembley. Somehow, it's still 0-0. Glad he can smile. The thoughts of Andy Townsend, Marcel Desailly and Gareth Southgate on what we've seen so far, everything but a goal, when we come back.